Here he is.
There he is.
Hey,
Live
please
on
join
the
us.
internet. Come on down. Got a nice wide camera angle.
Yeah, hey Kilian, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you, Max?
Well, fantastic. Here with 3.5 hours live stream first, now 1 hour and 15. We're going strong.
So I guess, Lo, you need a coffee or a beer? I'll be like,
always in and out. We need
like
ideally, all of our assistants and all of our people out there in the audience would be bringing us coffee and new people, but instead we're going with this: just hang the door open.
Okay.
And if anyone walks by, we just grab them.
Okay.
So,
I was one of these. All right.
Yeah, we need like a lasso or something to just whip out and then just pull them in.
Because otherwise they're going to try to take the room away again.
Okay.
There seems to be a real confusion that like I just brought all this gear to look at it, not to use it, and that I'm interested in wasting my time. And they're like, "Oh, can we just like sit in front of your gear and not use it for an hour?" I'm like, "Why don't you get here early? Where were you this morning? Like you're not very serious about this. I clearly got the room and got here first, so I didn't have to deal with it."
Kilian, what are you tinkering on recently?
I'm tinkering a lot of things, but mainly I'm still trying to make something called a decentralized exchange working on top of Lightning. So obviously there's also other stuff involved, not only Bitcoin, because exchanging Bitcoin against Bitcoin is not the only thing, but it's very, very cool because now it's actually, we're in a stage where it's working actually. So you can use it on mainnet right now, and you can, the main use case is actually to exchange Bitcoin for stable coins, which is useful for example, a merchant, which is accepting, or which does not want to hold Bitcoin for whatever reasons, because of volatility, and can accept Lightning payments on the front, but actually receives a stable coin in an atomic swap. And that's basically it. And we try to build it in a real decentralized way so that there's no central party anywhere. And yeah, keeping me pretty busy for 1.5 years right now already.
Well, that's how you know it's a worthwhile project.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
What's the name of the project?
So it has a set of names, but now I would call it OpenDex. OpenDex, the OpenDex network. It's like the Lightning Network, so we learned from the best. So the Lightning Network, honestly, it's amazing. And I sat down one evening and I thought, like, why is the Lightning Network so amazing? Why is there such a huge community, such a strong support, diverse community, so many companies working on it? And I think the answer is, one is fairly technical because it has something called bold specifications. There's an open set of specifications, and a lot of people put in a lot of work to agree on a common protocol, to agree on these specifications. And I think that's what we should be seeing much, much, much more. So OpenDex is basically exactly that, but for a decentralized exchange. So it's getting just started, but it's getting companies, different companies, exchanges, whoever is interested in building such a protocol together to agree on a protocol. And what we were building is just the first implementation that does that. This one is called XUD. XUD, standing for Exchange Union Daemon. It's just the first implementation implementing the protocol. And I hope there will be more.
Yeah.
Not only us.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
And so how do you do the atomic swaps over Lightning? I presume HTLCs?
Yes, of course. So basically it's a requirement. So we cannot support anything that does not have an HTLC. So it's basically...
And what's an HTLC for people at home?
Okay, it's a hash time lock contract, and what it enables you to do is it's native to Lightning. Okay. So Lightning, when you're sending a Lightning payment on your phone, you're using HTLCs all the time without noticing it. And what it enables you to do is to set up a payment, basically put it into two stages. A is set up a payment, so HTLC can be set up, but actually to execute a payment, that's a second stage, because there's a so-called preimage or secret, a secret involved, which you can put into the HTLC at a later stage. So basically, I'm sending something to you, and this payment is set up, but nothing moved yet, no coins moved yet, because I still have to put in the secret into the HTLC so that it actually executes. So an atomic swap uses this concept to set up two payments and set them up in a way that they would both execute with the same secret. So I sent you Bitcoin, you sent me, worst case, USDT, Tether back, right? And our payments are both set up with HTLCs so that they execute if I release my secret. And my secret unlocks both payments at the same time, so to speak. So my Bitcoin payment to you executes, and the USDT payment back to me executes at the same time. And that's why it's atomic, because both execute based on the same secret. And that's about it. Sounds fancy, but it
sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's atomic swaps are really powerful. I know, Max, you know a lot about stuff. Know a lot about atomic swaps as well. It's pretty cool.
Powerful magic.
Powerful magic. Yeah.
And so, but you say it's an exchange over Lightning, right? But
Yes.
there's, or is there already a tether on Lightning, or how are you?
I wish there was. What is it called? RGB? Maybe in future native to Lightning. Maybe first with liquid assets. We don't know. That is actually pretty close, I think. Mm-hmm. But no, for now it's on Ethereum, unfortunately.
Adam Back was showing me some kind of liquid tether.
Yes, there is tether on liquid now, and they're pushing it pretty hard. But there is
he almost gave me some free ones, but I had to set up my wallet or something. And it was great. Like, we have all these troubles. Like, I'm at this point, I'm down to the point where I'm like, okay, you know, cashier, if you want to get $10 of Bitcoin from me, you're going to write down your magic words for your green address wallet. Now you have a backup, because every dollar I gave to someone, they all lost their phone or broke their phone or forgot their password or whatever. So we have these magic words. That's going to be your $10. Plus we're going to put it in the phone. But Adam Back, the CEO of Blockstream, when you know, forced to that I didn't have the key, he completely gave up. He's like, no, forget it. You don't have it set up. Like, oh, you have to set this up later. Like, you only set up one half of the wallet. And then we talked about the user interface possibilities of sharing the same key. But then he was worried that if you set up your Bitcoin wallet to like joke around with it, and then you set up your Tether wallet with the same key and has a crap password because your Bitcoin wallet was a joke, then you put your life savings in your Tether wallet or whatever. And he was like, no, we can't share the keys. But still, from a user perspective, like, now I have an app that generates 2 sets of 26 words that I have to write down or whatever it is. And
that's actually that's interesting.
We're not getting closer to any usable easy wallet solutions. So.
I completely agree with you. So we're facing kind of the same issues, because in order to use a DEX with multiple assets, you technically would have to write down 24 or 12 words for each and every single asset you're trading, which is a pain in the ass. So what we are doing is actually we are generating one seed with a library called seedutil. Okay. And we actually inject the seed in all of the clients. So you only have one seed. We call it the master password, right? So you only have one seed, and actually this is the backup of your ETH and all your ERC20 based tokens, of your LTC, of your BTC, and whatever will be.
Well, but isn't that the hierarchical deterministic wallet with different wallet paths?
Yeah, but on some chains there is they don't have HD wallets, right? So I wish it was that easy.
If only they'd all built them from the Bitcoin specification.
Yes, they should have.
Yeah, I know. We could have worked together on this whole thing from the beginning. Yeah, no, we tried that. It almost worked. Some of them work with you right up until the point when they stop working with you. So we get a lot of that. Yeah. But so let's see. Basic questions. Is it open source?
Yes, of course.
All right. So you're on GitHub or something like that?
Yes, of course.
Cool.
What's the repo?
What's the GitHub? Tell them. Yeah.
GitHub.com/Exchange Union, which is the name of the company which is sponsoring that whole fun project. Cool. And then you have the main repo is XUD, which is a daemon. And the name of the community is OpenDex, and the website is opendex.network. And it basically just has it's a start of the specifications and links you to Telegram and Discord. That's it. Doesn't do much.
How would you compare this to other decentralized exchanges like HODL, or used to be called BitSquare, I think. Bisq. All these things keep changing their names.
One exception is Bisq, but to all other ones, I would say we are actually decentralized, because all others are not. They are non-custodial exchanges, in my opinion, but nothing more.
It's a step on the way there. And I think we're all going towards the same idea. We all want, this thing, but I think it's really complicated.
Yeah. So, but I would not call it decentralized, because it's not, right? So Bisq actually is pretty cool. I love Bisq, and we're actually in contact with their team, because they are actually indeed really decentralized, and I think they solved the fiat on-ramp problem in a really cool way. And then it's like local Bitcoins, but unstoppable, so that there is no central. That's how I explain it to people.
Yeah, local Bitcoins definitely got stopped.
Exactly.
It's not local anymore, and there are no Bitcoins. So.
So it's really a nice setup. And yeah, you can compare us like BISC, but crypto to crypto.
Cool.
Not fiat to Bitcoin. That's basically
Yeah,
what we
that fiat step is a really hard one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, imagine there would be BISC that is fiat to crypto and then crypto to crypto as well. That would be cool.
I mean, you can trade Bitcoin for other shitcoins there as well. Like,
yes, but it's still with their you know, that you put out an offer and then someone has to manually accept it. So it's a kind of manual process. So I see the crypto to crypto trading for fiat, again, it's amazing, right? So that's how it should work. But the crypto to crypto trading are usually more like day traders and stuff, and they're just used to enter an order and it executes automatically. It gets matched as an order book,
you know, and that's the thing with the fiat shitcoin, right? They don't have HTLCs. So what BISC has to do is to do the 2 of 3 multi-sig, right? escrow thing for the game theory to work out that nobody steals.
Yes.
But when we use crypto to or Bitcoin to non-fiat shitcoins that actually do have HTLCs, then we can do atomic swaps.
Exactly.
Right? And so is where's the atomic swap model different from the multi-sig escrow?
You don't need an escrow. You just need 2 parties, right? So there's just no situation where you cannot get into a situation where you would need the escrow to step in.
So that's pretty big to everyone at home. So normally when we're trading goods, there's a third party in between us, like the bank or something. I give them my credit card. They go to the bank. They say, okay, he has some credit. They pay it to the business. Clearly a third party, right?
Yeah.
But you're saying with the atomic swaps, I have, let's say 10 Satoshis and I'm going to send them to you. You want 10 and you're going to give me 0.1 of a tether or something, some kind of little thing. How are we going to perfectly align it so that I can't rip you off?
That's the magic.
Because like I'm always trying to rip you off. I've always got some plan. My brother recently, Peter Todd, bought a hat off him. And we're like, don't just accept one confirmation. He's going to flip that on you. He's got pay to script hash. He's got all these things. He's going to replace by fee you. Like he's going to come get you. But no, it was fine. But
there's actually an app on the App Store. It's for it allows you to easily double spend. That's cool.
So how are we going to do it? How's the atomic swap? I got my coin up. I'm ready to go.
So just imagine it. I'm trying to search for a little bit more abstract words. So imagine. So what an atomic swap does is we are 2 people. You send me 0.1 tether. I send you a couple of sats.
Yep.
What it does is essentially it binds these 2 payments cryptographically together. So they're basically like one payment. So there is only 2 options. Either both payments execute fully,
right,
or none of them execute. Period.
So it's kind of like the escrow is the code.
The escrow is the code, exactly. So there's this little secret that I mentioned before. So basically, this secret, once it's released, and this is by you in that case, you release the secret.
Right.
There's only the option that both payments execute. There's just no way that only one payment can execute, and this is where the atomicity comes from. So that it essentially binds them together as one.
It ties them both together. They're both using the same secret or the same password.
Yes.
They're waiting out there for that secret. If they get it, executes. Both goes to me and you. Same exact time, same number. I've heard it, if we were like trading $1 for $1 in Litecoin or whatever, it would figure out like 99 cents, 101, $1, and it would wait for that middle point. Then it would execute when they're equal. Will it do that?
We agree on the rate before.
We agree beforehand.
This is something we are solving with our system, that we have like an order exchange where that helps us to agree on this rate.
Yeah.
Right? So, or we just do it in person. We can do that. So
we agree. 10 Satoshis, 0.1 tether.
Exactly.
Then it
set up the
ties them both together. Now, at this point, it's kind of out of our hands. If I wanted to cancel or what,
you can cancel.
I can cancel.
But then both cancel.
Both cancel. And if I confirm, both confirm.
And
it's like cryptographically, it's all tied together. It's the same secret, so it's being sent at the same time, kind of thing. It's forking in 2 directions. Like the signal's being sent. Like I can't stop one of the signals. They're both going through.
Yeah.
And then it executes.
Yes.
And then we both get the thing we want without using a middleman or a trusted third
using
party.
an escrow, exactly. And that's the difference to the multisig, which is still an amazing method.
For sure.
But yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm super excited.
And when's it going to be released?
Huh?
Is it ready now? Is it ready now? Is it ready?
It's on mainnet. Yes.
Oh, mainnet's good.
There's always a but. It's complicated. So to set it up, you need technical knowledge. You need to run full nodes, and it's not like for the, go to the App Store.
Well, we just talked to some guys from. They left their name, Urbit, and they're working on sounds like a plug-in system for like full nodes, and they want to do all these little like encrypted chat and stuff like that. And it's supposed to run on the Nodal, who gave me a hoodie, or the Samurai Nodal, or maybe the Casa, these node things that are becoming more like node platforms where you can run BTC Pay server. You can run the Samurai privacy package with all the mixing tools and things. Maybe you could get that as a package.
Or Wasabi.
Wasabi, of course. Max is here. We can't mention Samurai without us paying. But no. So, I mean, maybe you could get it to load on one of those things as like a plugin, and then you they sounded like it was really easy, just, like selecting a package from a Linux distro or something. You just add the thing, and then boom, it's on your node. And then now this would be one of the features on your node.
Okay, cool. I'll look into it. Actually, thanks. I didn't know.
Check it out. Yeah, they've got Bitcoin sign guy. Seems super cool, and they had a tech guy with them, and they're hanging out. And check out the live stream from this morning right here on the World Crypto Network. You guys can go rewind back and check that out. Maybe Jeremy will timestamp it for us. He's the timestamping man, Jeremy, out there. So,
will do.
Max thought it was cool.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's kind of like a good architecture to host your own server, right? To have your magical box sitting in your basement somewhere, does all the computing for you.
Yeah.
Your mobile device is just a way to connect to your own server.
And I mean, it's not everybody.
I like that idea.
Yeah, it's not everybody that wants it, but like our people, the computer geek people, the Bitcoin people, the encryption people, this is really like starting to get there where, they were talking small with like micro blogging, Twitter, chatting, encryption, things that used to work great on Pigeon. But eventually email, other services like this, everyone needs a server in their house. And I know the Nodal guys are convincing me that I need a server to do my Bitcoin transactions or whatever. And then I might need a server to do the mixing things of Wasabi and Samurai. And that's cool. I want to do that stuff. And then also you run a node to support the network. So that's easy. Just plug it in. And it Casa's cool too. And all these ideas and then everybody upstairs seems to have a full node. So that's very cool.
Like
and Raspberry Blitz software that they're working on is supposed to make it easy to turn a Raspberry Pi into a full node. And I think the next step is adding these other services to it. Like the full node's good, but not everyone needs that. But if you had that, plus you had the mixing, plus you had this atomic swap, instant exchange, decentralized exchange thing, plus the chat thing and the email thing, and then pretty soon you're running and hosting all your own services on this little box. I mean, it sounds like a good idea.
I love the idea. And actually, like when it clicked on me really was when I saw a picture of some, I don't know him, like some guy tweeting a photo of the internet router box at home, and just right next to it mounted a Raspberry Pi. And he had like almost all of these services somehow he made it fit on it. It wasn't not even a Raspberry 4. It was a kind of weak, but he made a lot of these services actually running on that. So people at the moment, they are not used to it. They're mentally not prepared to run their own financial services, but I think they will be. And once they discover the advantages and the sovereignty it gives you when you run your own little box, it just has to be easy enough, like the internet box, right?
Yeah. Just plug and play.
And then no matter from there, it goes to music and photos and your own Facebook and your own all those things where we never needed these internet companies anyway. They just needed the centralized data for advertising. And if we decentralize the data, all the services, I can share photos in encrypted packets and no one needs to know what my photos are. It's only Facebook that wants to scan them for pictures of my friends and scan them for brand names and scan them for, oh, is he outside? Is he here? Where is he? Check the metadata. Oh, he went here. Maybe we should sell him that thing. It's this advertising compulsion that has led us down this wrong path. And I know all the Unix geeks and all the Linux geeks have all been screaming the whole time, like open source, like where are you going? How can you give up your data? And everyone says the same thing. It's that old Star Wars thing that the dark path is easier. With quick and easy path. And it's like no one wants to be a Buddhist and meditate and take their time. But in the end, the Yodas, the Buddhists, the Jedis, they keep winning. Even if they get wiped out, one of them comes back with the same ideas. And the ideas keep winning.
Bitcoin fixes this.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Well, at least working on it.
Yeah. We should see more of this. Bitcoin fixes this. Yeah.
Well, very cool. And where can people learn more? I think, do we tell them or make sure you have the Twitter and the...
Yeah. Just go to OpenDex.network, and actually everything is linked there. I forgot the Twitter handle, so just see it there.
It's on there. It's all on Twitter.
It exists since a week, 1.5. So yeah, it's pretty young. Just started it.
Good. Yeah, Twitter's a good place to show this.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
Fantastic. Thank you, Kilian, for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I actually have to catch up with the guys.
Here's a sticker.
I'm already late.
And now you have to bring us someone else.
So it's my task now.
Yes, that's your task. You cannot leave.
Lasso.
And you have to lasso. We'll leave the door open. They'll look right in. They'll be like, oh, there's microphones and TV. I like that. And they'll come in.
Okay, I'll get you someone interesting. Give me a minute.
Yeah. No pressure.
All right.
Don't forget your phone.
Okay, bye-bye, guys.
We're gonna hack that while you're gone.
Or leave your phone. If they're
leave your phone, and your private keys will be taken as a donation. So.